Hey YouTube, just want to take a second to show you my model railroad. It's going to be a portable model railroad, um, actually active duty military, so I have to move all the time, about every 2 years. So I have about I guess it will be a 10 by 10 room here. Of course, I've tried a lot of different track plans. Tried to come up with something around the wall, but it's just not as portable as a freestanding like 4x8 style layout, which is what I chose. Kind of messy. Just used to mess all the scenery materials and different things. But basically made a 4x8 style railroad, and it's sitting on 30-inch wide. You can't really see it. 30-inch wide plastic tables from Lowe's. They're 8 feet long, and each of these modules actually comes apart. You can see it better on this side. There's actually 3 bolts, one underneath the track here. This is just a temporary cardboard piece. I'm going to actually have a wood piece that crosses over. That way I'll have a solid joint when I hook them together. But it's going to be completely portable, and actually each of these modules, when they're completed, when I have to move, they'll be able to go. I'll be able to take them straight out the window instead of, because 8-foot high ceilings, 8-foot long layout, closet in the way, it's not really going to work. But basically my track plan, excuse the crayon, but this is the track plan that I have for now. It's going to be like this. That dotted line down the middle is this backdrop. It's going to be like a folded, basically a folded figure 8. The black track, or the black line, is invisible track. The red line is what's going to be visible. Basically, well, first I want to say thanks to Chuck Baker for all the videos. I like the way Chuck just videos what he's doing. He doesn't really worry about the criticism. If he's, learning how to do something, he just videos it, and I really enjoy that. It really helps me, because if I don't know how to do something, I realize I don't have to look like an expert. And so basically on this side is going to be a town with a branch line coming off of it, and the branch lines are going to be coming up here, and that's why I have 3 holes on this side, 2 holes on that side. The branch line's going to be coming off and going through this hole. The main line's going to be here. And I kind of got this idea from Chuck, and he had an operating session video where he runs a mainline train and then tries to switch sidings and industries around the mainline operations. So I kind of got that idea. I think that'd be really cool to actually have like a timed mainline train, and then have to time your running so that you can stay out of the way of the mainline train and still get done everything you need to get done. But the one thing that I didn't want was to have just a single loop, because I like running trains around in a circle, but I want the train to take a little bit longer to come back around. So I had the idea of doing basically a folded figure 8, where this will be like the red track will be like the town. The train will come in here and drop off any cars that it needs to, and then it'll go through this here point will be going through this hole. The track will then go downhill and come back through that hole over there, the bottom one, and then it'll be laying, literally the track will be laying right on this. It'll be about the height of a piece of easy track with a foam road bed, obviously, but it's going to be Atlas track I'm using. Track will come along, it'll go back through the small hole and then go back up the hill. The only problem that I've run into down here is, you can see where I have the track coming down the hill, supposed to go down underneath that hole. The only problem that I'm running into is this track coming uphill isn't really climbing high enough and fast enough to clear this track. So I think what I'm going to have to do is extend the grade. I'm going to have to raise this track. This is not actually Woodland Scenics foam here. This is just some foam that I got in a item that I ordered, or a kit that I put together of some piece of furniture. But I'm going to just use like a straight 3/4 inch piece all the way down, and then when I get to the end down here, I'll just put another one of these. These are actually 3% Woodland Scenics foam risers. Excuse me. And then I'll have to continue the grade on out into here. So that was one problem that I ran into. I actually toyed with the idea of tearing these up and putting 4% grades in. But on previous layouts that I've started and haven't finished, I've done a lot of playing around with different gradients. I used to have Bachmann Shea, and other than the Bachmann Shea and some diesels, I found that steam engines, because I'm a big fan of steam engines, especially rod engines, won't really pull a lot of cars up track that's greater than 4%. And if you have small steam engines, 4% is just like it really cuts your the length of trains that you can run back a lot. So I chose to go with the 3%. This is my first time actually playing with these Woodland Scenics foam risers. I don't know if you can see it, but I just used hot glue, and just put the hot glue along the edges, almost like I was welding, and then just used the hot glue to tack this down too. So this is actually all going to be invisible. There's going to be some access panels here in the front in order to see it. This is going to be more of a mountainous side, and then there is going to actually be a very narrow portion that's going to go along the wall here. It's going to wrap around. There's going to be like a mine on this side, and this is going to be like a mountain town over here. Most of the action is actually going to happen over here, but I'm going to have basically my idea is to have this layout will be able to function without the peninsula. So if I ever want to go to a show or something, I can easily take this layout apart, put it in a trailer, and take it to a show and operate it. Or I can actually take the peninsula and operate it separately, but right now I'm just working on the freestanding island part. And yes, I'm blabbing on and on and on, but last but not least, show you my messy workbench in this closet here. One thing that I found with previous layouts is that you have to have a workbench. Reason being that if you don't have a workbench when you're assembling any kind of kit or doing any kind of work, such as these Tichy train cars that I haven't had a chance to assemble yet. Those are going to be the cars for the mine. Any kind of work that you do, you end up doing it on your layout, and then that kind of clutters up the layout, and as you do more scenery, then usually the clutter ends up in like the yard areas or just the flat areas, and it just seems like there's never a workspace, and it kind of keeps you from actually getting the scenery done. So my goal with this layout is to complete all the scenery, complete all the layout, document everything. I know haven't really got very far yet, but I hope that maybe making these videos will give me the motivation to keep going. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe if you want to see the progress, and once again, thanks to Chuck Baker for all the good videos. Really an inspiration to me to even get started on this. So later.